Hello, everybody. This is Grace on a Journey, and you are listening to Grace on a Journey Channelings. Welcome to the newcomers, and to those of you returning, my fellow travelers, welcome back. We are happy to have you. I would like to first start off by saying that we have a couple of announcements today. I consider it to be good news. I spent some time in meditation today, and it was very necessary for me to do because I recollected what my soul contract was about. I will be serving humankind in various ways when it comes to humanitarian efforts. But one of the reasons why my connection with the angelic realm is so strong is because I'm called to be a representative of the angelic realm. My purpose is to awaken you to this new reality. So I will still be connecting, but I need to realign myself in a manner where my focus is heavily involving my spiritual supporters, which are those that I bond with in the angelic realm. I want to thank you for the journey that we shared together regarding Grace on a Journey Channelings, and I will have some great memories from those experiences of self-expression. But I look at it this way. It will be a great memory. Yeah, I remember that season in my life. You see, part of being alive is being Wow. I was about to say part of being alive is being willing to change, because as you change, you grow. But I said being well. So it is well to change, to grow, to develop yourselves, to arrive at the expectations that you have the potential of reaching. And I continue receiving messages that we have a higher calling for you. We have a higher calling for you. I continuously am hearing these messages every day. It's just that I enjoy connecting with others and teaching various topics because I like to move around. I like to explore. I like to learn new things. I like to share my knowledge. But I can still do that. All right? However, I am inviting the angelic realm to be even more infused in my content. As I walk into this new chapter with the joy of the Spirit, because of my undying love and glorious bond I share with my angelic families, I remember reconnecting to the loves once found. So, today will be the last episode of Grace on a Journey Channelings. Grace on a Journey is signing off. And I'm feeling sensations on my body. I've never felt this way before, but I've never felt this way before, like these sensations. I know that it's going to be great because how I'm feeling right now, I'm just feeling good right now. So I know it is not only a change, it is an upgrade. I also want to share Grace on a Journey Channelings invited us to experience various opportunities to take note of the power of authenticity and how the doors to transformation open. Once you learn the art of transmutation, welcome home to transformation. So, for our next episode, our new journey and mission in action will have a different title. And I am so hyped up about this new title. I'm really feeling it. It's a great title. And as you tune in to the next episode with upcoming opportunities to reconnect, I will unveil further dates, further data regarding the new direction of the bliss that we will call the Fellow Traveler's Voyage. That is not the title, okay? I didn't burst any bubbles. I'm just saying that we are going on a new direction. We're travelers. So when I thought about what today's title should be, I decided to go with Angel Love. And the reason why I took that route is because I'm moving into the next chapter of my life due to following my passion. I don't only work with angels, I love angels. Okay? Because the transformation that I am experiencing in real time is due to all the support that I receive, all the teaching that is being made available to me. The fact that they are always available as if they are personal assistants. Anything I need, all my needs are met. And I'm not just referring to those needs that sometimes come up in preparation to share a couple of words with you. I'm also speaking of needs in other areas of my life. I am very, very content with the relationships that I share, and I think that our connection as fellow travelers is not an accident. Wow. Is that the word I wanted to use? Is not an accident? No, I was going to say is not a coincidence. But you can also say it's not an accident. It was meant to be. Whether you believe it or not. As you continue to grow, a lot of you will be considering to incorporate angels in your day-to-day life. Once you learn how they can help, and once you are brave enough to believe, because some people are still in hesitation mode because they're scared. What is this? But I don't see them. Do you see the wind? But you feel it, don't you? You hear it at times, don't you? I will never be able to disconnect in my beliefs regarding the angelic realm, because my entire life can't be based on coincidences. It's too much synchronicity. It's like I would be lying to myself if I said that they don't exist and it's a figment of my imagination. I see my life. I see the transformation. I'm experiencing the rewards of moving forward and trusting what at one time wasn't recollected, because I had to remember had to remember when. But now that I remember, I'm ready. I'm not in any energy of hesitation or doubt no, I'm ready to fly. You feel me? I know my destiny. I've had visions of great things ahead. And one of the reasons why I know that my life is in alignment is because those in my circle will be instrumental when it comes to the services that the services that I will be providing. I've seen myself I'm smiling, but it just gives me joy. But I've seen myself in service with my divine life partner. We will be on the field together. I'm excited. But I'm enjoying the present because I'm still experiencing one step at a time. I can't say that I'm experiencing a new world because I'm comfortable. Like it's home already. But this is just my new lifestyle, my new foundation. This is me. And so, although I respect that yesterday was a part in time, it remains in yesterday. So I'll move on by reading an angel message, and it says, I am leading you toward the answer to your prayers. Please listen and follow the steps I am communicating through your intuition, your thoughts, and your dreams. These steps in direction are very instrumental in your success. I want to share a couple of words with you before I go into today's energy check-in, because that's basically what it's going to be, this episode. Before I connect with you, I meditate. After I connect with you, I meditate. And when I went into meditation after the last episode, an unforgettable one, to say the least, I like to go inward and examine my intentions and think, was it in the energy of truth? Was it honest? Was it offering hope? Was it inspirational? Was it necessary? Was it offering knowledge? And I am satisfied with the checklist. You see, I am authentically me. And one of the reasons I was chosen for the position I'm in is because, as I've shared before, I am a pioneer on new terrain. I am very unconventional. I allow you and invite you to witness me be in my truth, purge in my truth, and heal in my truth. And I must, because that is my soul's purpose. I am guided to live out loud. My life will always be out loud. I've made peace with that. This is what God feels that mankind will benefit from. I invite you and I allow you into the challenging times, the good times, the moments of stagnation, the frustration, the elevation. You are my peers. And we're traveling together. And everything I'm learning, I'm willing to share. I'm willing to show you that it's okay to experience hurt, disappointment. And it's also okay to meditate on it and eventually express how it made you feel. Because when you take that approach, you invite healing into your life. And what was hidden from the masses for so long is the fact that we're really in school. We're here to learn lessons. but our focus is elsewhere. I am not speaking about all of those in power, but many of those in power are negligent with sharing the knowledge that they are aware of. I was called to share. And this is why you will witness that even when you feel that, wow, she's up against a lot of challenges or a lot of people, you will witness that I will always come on top. God made it that way. My life is to show that there is a God. That even those in power are not as powerful as God. God uses my life to echo I am in control. I am in control. Although I had some hardships in the past, but they were able to open your eyes and help you understand that God deserves to be glorified. He doesn't leave you behind. You can trust Him. He's not going to lead you astray. He's not going to put you in the spirit of illusion. And whether you believe it or not, when you walk in obedience, you are free. That's what we fail to understand. We regard obedience as, oh, you have rules and regulations. You can't do this. You can't do that. Honestly, it all works for my good. It prevents tears, disappointments, confusion, failure. And dilemmas that I don't even want to deal with anyways. So to me, it's freedom. It's okay. We can all factor things our own way, and we all have free will and go for it. But I like to be able to sleep peacefully and feel safe. And know I'm in security. And know I have allies. And know I'll be straight for the rest of my life. God told me that. Prior to these prophecies manifesting, that I will bless you with everything you need in abundance. All you have to do is fulfill all the things that you're called to do. I was hesitating at first, but I was just given a sign that I can share this with you. Other than sharing my experiences with angels and how they want to be more a part of your life, I am also called to work with children that are gifted. Some of you know them as indigos. They have different names. However, that will be part of my journey as well. Part of the reason is due to my love for kids. This is why when I was on a quest to discover the depth of my soul's contract, I was referred to go into meditation and remember what you like to do the most, because all those things will be in alignment with what you're called to do. And I'm not going to kid you. It caused some frustration. I remember being at an arts and crafts store. They're not paying for advertisement, so we won't be listing them. But I remember being on the phone and trying to figure the riddle out. Remember what you wanted to be since you were a child. Remember what you used to do. This is not new to you. And as I'm talking to you, I'm connecting the dots. Because I'm having visions of experiences that I had as a child in relation to portals and different realms. I had a very vivid imagination, but I always regarded my imagination as just that, my imagination. It was just until later in life where I realized I'm connected to the spiritual realm. And some things should be kept private. As far as to what extent? Because they're part of your personal journey. Right? Moments when you learn certain things about yourself. You were given knowledge about your ancestors. I have so much things to share, but It's true. A lot of us begin to have spiritual experiences since our childhood. Sometimes these kids are very, very mature. And they're very independent. Like they don't need playmates. They're good. And although I enjoyed playing with all of my cousins, I had a lot of them. But I also enjoyed daydreaming. And exploring things I couldn't explain at the time. When I think about it, I'm like, wow, I was connected since then. And this is one of the reasons why God called me in this area, because I can relate about, I'm speaking in reference to the experiences that they have and why sometimes they're very unique and sometimes undergo scrutiny because they are nonconformists. And they're okay to be who they are. See, we are going in a new direction. Literally. This is a new day. And so basically, I am here to assist in redirecting our steps into the promise that we are. Empowerment is the goal. And soon as I said empowerment is the goal, I saw the first card, key. So that's the key for you to be able to move ahead and experience a life that is for your highest good. Notice I didn't even mention what's being thrown around everywhere. Your best life. It's not about that. It's about a life in alignment with your highest good. Because what we deem to be the best things in life are not necessarily in alignment with our spiritual wellness. And that's why we're here. So as I remember, I will share. And as you remember, you will share. So, following the key, financial upswing. There will be a man I'm just smiling because I said there will be a man That's what came out. That's why I said it. But I'm good. I'm very good. But God will also bring in more abundance into my life. This man comes with a flag. And those of you that are experiencing similar callings are being called to retreat from this man. Your home is protected by angels. I also want to include, this is not only referring to your brick and mortar home. I'm speaking also about your temple, your body. You're being called to retreat from an individual who happens to be a man due to I'll just say due to your wellness. Okay? Following that. Wow, the next word is wellness. The recovery of health and wellness is here. Following that is workaholic. And what I'm envisioning right now is those that are trying to paint people in a way that they want these people to be seen. They're working overtime in painting people dishonestly, sabotaging their reputation, and so forth. They are working overtime to create havoc. And as we move on, deliverance from persecution. God liberating. You see, that season of being targeted can be can make you feel oppressed. The next card cures mental illness. This is in relation to the abuse of bullying, targeting, lying, scamming, stalking, confirmation. I hope you heard that. That type of abuse, and I'm led to share further efforts for abuse regarding invading your privacy, hacking your email, hacking your computer, hacking your cell phone, tracking your movements, tracking your car. I've had experiences that one of these people that was targeting me would know when I would arrive home. And to intimidate me, she would park across the street. And as I get out of the car to close the door, drives in like the energy of rage, like I don't even know why someone would take the time to do that. But I'm just trying to give you insight of how far things went. I want to be the voice of those that are still experiencing these things and feel voiceless. They don't have the support that they need because many feel that they're delusional. What are you talking about? Why would anyone be stalking you? Those are the comments you hear. Mind you, it is really occurring. Mind you, your life is really being threatened. And this is why I'm afforded the security that I have. Because if it wasn't God who sent the support that I have, you wouldn't be hearing my voice. Did you hear me? That's because I'm alive. I said if it wasn't for God, you would not be hearing my voice. Human life is the value when compared to money. That's the reality that we are all exposed to. And this is why God is introducing a movement to empowerment. Because with my angels, I can't be messed with. As you all are witnessing. But it's a choice. Please believe. that you have free will. Never in your life be under the impression that I am trying to convert you to go in another direction. Because you have to be called to this life. You have to have a purpose to be here. And regarding the angelic teams, I mentioned this once before. I know you can purchase books and go to seminars and listen to gurus. However, the relationship you have is stronger when these angels make their way to you. Meaning they have various different angel teams that carry different ministries. So you need to know what you are in alignment with in order to know who you need to connect with. A lot of people make references of archangels. Confirmation. Are they really connected to you? Because when they are connected to you, the experiences that you have are undeniable. I'm being led to share this with you because although I share respect for the angelic team, what I am noticing is that there are those angels and archangels that I frequent or connect with more than the others. I respect all of them. But due to my calling, there are certain archangels that I know are with me. Okay, because I'm called to do this ministry. And I don't have to make reference to their names because, you know, some of us are on different agendas. But, yeah. When you get more familiar with this life, you notice that you share respect for all of them. However, there are those that you connect with more on an intimate level. And that also makes you feel more empowered because you know them intimately. So you know if you request assistance, it's not as if you know their move, their how should I put this? Their behavior. if they're going to come right away or if they're going to respond right away, because sometimes you want to know. You want to know if it's a yes or a no. Should I do this or shouldn't I do this? Should I say yes or should I say no? Is this an appropriate direction to go into? Or is there another one that you recommend? You see, these are the types of back and forth that you have. They're basically there for guidance. But other than guidance, they're there to support you. But because I'm transparent with you, it comes with the price. You have to be willing to evolve in a manner that is in alignment with your highest good. If you think that you could be connecting with them and working with them and manifesting with them and still living a life that shows no improvement, confirmation, unethical, love is not your intention, and so forth, then the angels I'm contacting or connecting to are definitely not the angels that you are connecting to. Because the higher vibrational ones, I cannot refer to the lower vibrational ones because I am speaking from my personal experiences. And so who I connect with is who I can elaborate on. I'm hesitating on sharing something, but an example of following their guidance. If you do something that is positioning you in a manner where you can get off track in relation to your high vibration, is brought up to you. And it's something that you have to not only work on, but you have to pass the test. It's really like that. And one thing I've noticed with them is you can't say no. I'm sorry. Well, I'm not. But sometimes you can't say no because it's like they are very persuasive. That's the best way I can describe my experiences. Very persuasive, like in areas that you don't want to grow sometimes. You just don't want to. It continues to be brought to your attention. You need to work on this. You need to do this. You can improve here. You can, and you know that if you don't get it together, it might cost them, you know. like a moment of stagnation in something you want to manifest. Because your manifestations are relatively on point. And I know y'all heard that confirmation. But if you are not in alignment with evolving spiritually, then okay, yeah, I know that you want to manifest this in your life. However, we need to take care of this first. And that's on period. What you gonna do, fight with them? You think you could fight with angels? Are you serious? I had one just showed me a glimpse of the power, just a glimpse. It's nothing you want to stand against. Nothing. I've always respected them, but since then I'm like, yeah, you come with respect. you definitely come with respect. They share what is to come, what you need to be cautious about, who is not in their truth. They also protect all that you love. Your children are covered. Your husband, your loved ones are covered in more than one way. And this is why some people target earth angels, because they understand that they attract good fortune and that they are heavily protected. And this is why we have to be careful. Those of you that are in that position, because there are many of you that are in that position as well. That's why you're listening. And you know who you are. This is not, am I? No, I'm talking about you already know who you are. I'm talking to that crew. When you are, there's not a doubt. When you are, there is no desire to prove it. Yeah, I am one. I can do this. I can do... No. It's not even a topic that comes up. Because they give you plenty of topics called assignments. True story. So next card is letting go. Time for release. Following that is decision. Following that is destiny. So in order for you to arrive at your destiny, especially if you have a calling, you need to detach from people, places, and things and energies that are not in alignment with your highest good. I like how the next card is freedom. Right? You have to make a choice. You have to make a choice. Then you have to stand and make a decision. And then you arrive at your destiny in your power. Right? Freedom is yours. That's how it works. And I want to share with you, those of you that need people around you all the time, it might be a very challenging experience, because there are seasons of solitude when building, because you have to learn who you are. You have to learn what's expected of you. You have to understand this is a commitment. This is not, I'm trying this and then I might change my mind. No, there ain't no change in mind. It's set. Right? So if it's not something that you want to align to, I'm not going to finish that statement. I'll let you figure it out. This is why you only need to be in this type of alliance if you're called to it. Some things I'm wondering if I should keep on reserve, but I'm not getting any signs to not be transparent with you. So I'm going to share what I can share, and if I get a sign, then I know. All right, next topic. I'm hesitating because of the reason why I'm hesitating is because some people are false. So if I disclose the entire journey, then they could claim, oh yeah, I experienced this, I did this, I said this. I'm not here to train you how to perpetrate. It is a personal experience anyway. But like I said, there's no confusion. That's the difference from what I'm in alignment to compared to the journeys that some people take, requiring them to sacrifice for initiation. I don't have to do none of that. In fact, the only thing that could maybe referred to as some type of sacrifice is detaching from people, places, and things and energies that no longer are in alignment with your highest good. That part of your life you have to detach from. You see, there are channels. Your channel is not open until you're aligned. I don't know how else to explain this to you. And this is how you know when some people are in falsehood, because they're not aligned. Are you in the energy of love? Are you in the energy of kindness? Are you in the energy of being ethical? Are you in the energy of being helpful to others, uplifting others, encouraging others? I mean, you have to be able to bear the fruit. That's how you know you're part of the tree. So, the next cards are revealing that there are those that these cards are suggesting that there are those who were in doubt prior to this season that are looking back and internally admitting that the journey that I was making reference to is in alignment with healing. You see, a lot of you experienced those that were doubting if you were called or not. But you are being recognized now. They recognize that you are assisting others to learn how to maneuver in, I'm trying to figure out how I want to say this, in new territory. And as you train them or teach them or advise them how to maneuver in the new reality that we're in, you are assisting them to gain the skills to get to the top of the mountain. You're emphasizing that it requires healing to do that. Every step comes with healing. Good news. The good news is some of you are following your heart. And the following cards are revealing that you're keeping your personal life personal. As I've shared before, that is definitely what I strive to do. Because it is wise. I understand that we are in an era where everything that you do needs to be posted online according to the masses. But there are those of us that choose another direction. Because we cherish what we have. And we understand the best way to approach at a successful relationship is not having anyone else in your relationship. I don't need to post everything I'm doing with my significant other, because who am I competing with? What is the point? So there were those that were focused on things that are considered insignificant, that are witnessing an illusion that is no more. They're realizing that they can trust to some respect because there is record of prophecy after prophecy that have come into existence. Admit the truth to yourself and act accordingly. Self-confidence through God confidence. Believe in yourself by believing in God working through you. Next card is completion. You see, how I understand it is where you leave off, there are angels that step in. You're called to fulfill certain missions, but there are those that you connect with that are temporary on your journey. As I've shared, I have different ventures that I will be engaging in. I already know what is ahead. And this is why I move accordingly. Because I cannot have any attachments that will be very expensive, I should say. Like get me off track and cost me to lose the opportunities that I have. That wouldn't make much sense. And that's one of the reasons why it's... What is there to think about? A, you win it. B, you trying. I chose you win it. Because I've spent the beginning of my life trying. And I noticed where it got me. If you are called and you are not in alignment with what you were called to do, your life will be very challenging. Those of you that have more experience and more knowledge in the spiritual world, you understand that when people have callings, and I'm not only focusing on those that work with those in the angelic realm, I'm also referring to spiritualists. Some people are called to that. And then there are those that oppose it due to how they were programmed. And they are not comfortable with such titles and the stigma associated with it and so forth. And their life is very challenging. One challenge after another challenge after another. I mean, there are people that experience such things. Let me tell you something. Your best approach is to stand in your truth. Say what you mean and mean what you say. Something that was brought to my attention is when you have gifts, spiritual gifts, you can use them for good or you may be leaning in a darker direction. All this to say, you choose. And so I chose. One of the reasons I was faced with so much challenges, those of you that don't know, is my refusal to align with those that chose the left-hand path. You see, I was not even in the awareness that someone I was connected to was living that life. And what you women out there need to know, that although you are looking at the man's pockets, not all of you, but some of you, you are looking at his educational level, you are looking at how many baby mamas he has, and so forth. It would behoove you to get a spiritual understanding of who they are and what they are about. Because this experience that almost cost my life, other women has had similar experiences in that direction too, where they married someone and they didn't know their spiritual side. Respect all cultures. And the reason why I say this, there's a culture, I'm not going to mention which one, but there's a culture that before you get married, They look into it. Do your ancestors approve of this connection or not? And believe me, if they don't, it's for your highest good. Because if you do connect, you on your own. And this is a true story. This is not, something we need to debate. This is how it is. Had I chose to stay in a connection that my ancestors told me to walk away from, I would not have their backup anymore. Because they guide me in a certain way to be successful. And so if they feel that I am not respecting their direction, then okay, do what you do. So if you're comfortable enough, you try that. But you make life a lot harder for you. And chances are you don't succeed. What do you choose? Most people don't refuse support. Let me give you an example of what hardships you may go through if God doesn't approve and your ancestors don't approve of a connection. The root of that is the bloodline. When a bloodline has elevated to a certain rank, it is unheard of to create with one that is enriched in karma. You see, what you do is not only you experience a loss of power, but so does your ancestors, and so does your future generations. It affects, we're connected. And this is why they will make reference, no, we don't accept him, or we don't accept her. And there are those that move forward anyway, and they never multiply. And then when you look into it, you learn that yes, we didn't allow you to multiply. Because we do not want I'm trying to find the words. We do not want to share our legacy and experience some form of demotion. Now you could believe or agree to disagree. But these are the things I know to be true. If God tells you no, and you say yes, you're on your own. Do you know that's what I was briefed on. Listen, you are called to do such and such and such and such. If you do not do such and such and such and such, it's okay. You have free will, but you're on your own. Period. Either I aligned myself, or I was going to be a one-man army by myself. Imagine me with no backup, with everyone that was determined to bring the death of me. Does it make sense to you that I would say, okay, no, I'd rather, be on my own and just follow my own map. Just co-create my own map. I'm not really interested in lining up with any soul contracts and so forth. It's a choice. But as I said, it comes with consequences. There are people that were assigned to protect those that had a special calling. And they declined. In fact, they rejected. They did rituals to separate. Meanwhile, you were called to protect. Guess what? Now there's karmic debt. That's how that works. It's a very dangerous game to interfere with what was destined, especially if the individual was already destined to experience abundance with another life partner. And then you walk in and you want to bind yourself to that individual because of what you believe you're going to gain. All this to say that, yes, there are false flames. You meet them before you meet the twin flame. A lot of you are not even aware that you are entertaining a false flame. I have no doubt, and I do not need any reader to tell me who my twin flame is. Reason being, everything concerning my life, all I have to do is ask God, reveal it to me. That just happened to me last night. Something that occurred. Something I will never forget. Something that could cost a life. Yeah, danger, danger, danger. And all I did is I sat down. I said, God, this is what my intuition is telling me. But you already know that I need clarification. People, I said, reveal it to me in my dream tonight so I could get clarification on what my intuition is telling me. I looked at my phone. I wasn't looking for any answer. I asked God to just tell me what's up with this. Just reveal it to me. If you don't want to reveal it to me in a dream, give me a vision or whatever. Give me some sign, because I'm feeling a certain way. I looked at my phone and I saw a meme that corresponded with what I was asking. This is how God works really fast with me, especially if I'm in danger. I'm always guided to be on alert. Nah, don't do this. Don't go there. Don't take this. I said it. Don't take this. And this is why I got on the podcast and shared. Be careful of taking gifts from people this season. Some people will gift you certain things and it's to curse you. Because as I was getting ready for bed, I just had a vision. And I saw what was sent with malintention. I just had a vision. I saw it. And I was like, nah, that's not. You don't just sit down and have a vision like that. Nah, something's up with that. And then I went into prayer. And then after prayer, because you cannot exclude prayer, I went into prayer and I'm like, yeah, something's off. I need to know. I'm going to wait on you. I'm not going to move. I'm not going to do anything until you say. I just looked at the phone and boom, the answer was there. So when people say God talks to them and stuff, some of you are misunderstanding things. God can talk to you in any way He chooses. You can hear His voice internally. You can turn on the TV and you know it's a message from Him. Something is said. You might have been discouraged or something. And then you hear something and it's like, wow, I know that's you, God. You feeling down and you're like thinking everyone forgot about you, and out of nowhere an old friend calls you and has a discussion with you like y'all met yesterday, like there was no break in the friendship. Because this is what I'm noticing about some adult relationships. It's not the fact that we do not want to connect and have fun and chill, but we have children, we have responsibilities, we gotta work. Some of us are involved in whatever area of spirituality or fellowship or organization, community. There's a lot going on. So you cannot be talking to someone every day or 3 times a day. Like, that's weird. Nobody does that. And so when I reconnect with people that I haven't heard from in a minute, I enjoy that. I appreciate that. And that is one of the reasons such friendships can last a long time, because it's less opportunity for confirmation. He said, she said, they said. Less opportunity, confirmation to lie. Less opportunity. Like, it's okay for you to do what you do. But some women do things a certain way, and other women do things a certain way. And either way is free will. But personally, if I have a family, ideally, my husband is supposed to be my best friend. Right? But some people see life differently. They believe they need to have best friends elsewhere. But you there, but these are my friends. Lack of prioritizing things as it should be. And this is why when you find somebody that is not comparing you to family, oh, I need to put them first. This is family business. No, this is you, babe. There's nothing concerning me that's not concerning you. We're one. This is the type of connection that you arrive at when you reach a level of maturity, healing, evolving, and so forth. Nobody's going to put my man down for me to just keep my mouth shut. Oh, you going to hear something. But he doesn't even put himself in a situation for anyone to put him down. But you're supposed to have each other's backs. Like, you don't have to be worried about, he told his sister this, he told his mother this. As I said, as you evolve, you make different choices. Your marital business is your marital business. Your plans, your future is yours. If you go to counseling, you go to counseling together. It's everything together. And so if you do not find yourself in that position, that maybe is because you are not willing or you are not ready for that commitment. And this is why we shouldn't compare ourselves or say, you don't approve of this and this shouldn't go this way or that way, because of the fact that, are you really ready for that? Are you ready to be honest like that? Vulnerable like that? Know each other's weaknesses. Strengthen each other, if there is a moment of weakness. Affirm each other. Pray together. Parent together. No, it's not your child. It's our child. Confirmation. It's our child. Straight up. It's our child. My responsibility. When you have a connection with someone and it's real, they recognize the entire package. It's nothing about, I'm taking you as a wife and okay, that's your son. No, 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 no. But that happens when you're ready for it to happen. So jealousy about a connection doesn't make sense, because connections are made a certain way because both parties share the same vision and are willing to make the same effort. That type of connection there's no you without me. There's no me without you. I mean, it's tight. And this is why they're unbreakable. And one of the reasons that you're paired together is because of the fact that you're going to work together. Do you have the same vision? Do you have the same calling? Do you have the same compassion? Do you have the same heart? There's no room for things of vanity. Not in a divine union. I feel that some of us are waking up to that now. Understanding the amount of responsibility that comes with it. The fact that you have to embrace integrity and truth. The fact that you have to be passionate about developing. Striving to go higher and higher. I'll say yes, God. And that's what makes it a pure love. It's understanding we will age together. And that age is just another. You can have a very youthful relationship later on in life. Playful. Some people don't want to be serious all the time and just about complain. Some people want to have fun. Want to laugh. Want to cater to each other. And I'm laughing about this because as I was healing myself from the trauma experience, I would get guidance from angels. Guidance like, you need to be open. You need to be vulnerable. You need to show affection. Because they know the person more than they know about the person more than you know. Vice versa. So So if he has certain needs that I'm not aware of, I receive guidance. Oh, he likes affection. You got to show that. Some people want to hear, I love you. And some people never say it. Wherever you are being guided to go, do your best. Show up as your best. Because as you do that, you pass the test. When you maneuver in a way that's very mediocre, sometimes you lose opportunities. If you want someone to love you enough that I wouldn't say they would fight for you. That's not my approach either, because if you're put in a position where you have to fight somebody for someone, that's not your person. Because someone that loves you is not going to put you in that situation for you to fight for them. I don't believe in fighting for someone. If the person feels as if I want to walk away, walk away. And you just take it one day at a time. In my experience, and I'm only sharing this to help you, because I don't have to, but I like to share resources. After my divorce, I wanted to stay away from isolation. I wanted to connect with others. And someone I used to meet up with so our kids could have play dates together mentioned divorce care. There's also Grief Share. I attended that program too when I lost my parent. Those of you that have lost somebody, whether it is recently or it's been a while, but it's hard to get over it, I'm recommending that for you, because I'm here to help you. Grief Share allows you to be heard about how you feel. One of the most significant lessons I learned there was you don't only grieve for someone when they die. Some people grieve because they lost a job. I always associated grieving with somebody transitioning. But it was there I learned, the different areas concerning grief. Or being estranged from your children. Or your parent. When you go to these programs, you get support. And as other people share their experiences, you get your mind off of you. And you tune into them, their experience. So you're not always thinking about, I can't believe all the effort and this and that. And no, I'm hearing other stories of people who went through much, much worse times. That are dealing with custody battles. No. Those opportunities allow you to see that, you know what? It could be worse. So we have to move away from that mindset of that developing yourself makes you weird. Because that's very immature. And that is one of the reasons why people experience a stunt in their growth. They're experiencing age regression. Whatever your soft spot is, for lack of a better way of saying it, work on it. If you have issues with food and you need support so you can be motivated to live a healthier lifestyle and improve your health, why don't you join OA, Overeaters Anonymous, or Food Addicts Anonymous? There's even, what other programs I know out there? Those for alcohol, those for other types of drugs, and so forth. There's even a program out there called Celebrate Recovery. These are all things you can go online and see where in your community that you can go, because some of you probably don't even know these things exist. Let me tell you something I never knew existed until I had a child. You see, sometimes when your child when you are, how should I put this? When you and your child's father or child's mother goes their separate ways, sometimes you want to experience connecting in ways that can benefit your child. I'm going to explain this because I'm about to close, but I believe I'm taking this to this direction because it could help somebody. There are other single mothers that are out there. Although people in my circle always say, you're not. You've never been. You've always had help. You know what I'm saying? That's why people need to stop labeling themselves. I choose to. This is one of the reasons. Yes, I'm called by God, but I'm not going to label myself and say I'm this. And I wear many different hats. It just depends what God tells me to do. All right? I could be working with children today. I could be working with senior citizens tomorrow. You need to learn to be flexible when you work with God because you are being guided. So, like I was saying, there are several different programs out there. And as I was saying, when I had my child is more mature now, but when he was younger, I was looking through the newspaper and I wish I could tell you the name of the group. I desire to tell you, but it's basically, I can't remember because it's been a while, but it's basically a group, a parent support group where single parents, whether you're a mom or you're a dad, you go to that group and you come with your children and all of the children play together. And the reason why that initiative was developed is because that allows the children to still have male role models and female role models. And I didn't even know such programs existed until I was just looking through the newspaper. And I'm like, oh, okay. Because some women, including myself, if you are not able to step up the way you need to step up, I accept that. It's okay. But I am not going to position my child to be in lack in any way, even if it is emotional. I want him to have confidence in himself, experience different things. You know, it takes a village to raise a child. And when I say that, I mean one that is really ready for the world, ready to fly, you know, succeed and such. So when I would go to these groups, you know, parents, you sit together. It's nothing about dating or anything. You go with your children. But parents, you sit down, you talk about, you know, your experiences, programs you've heard, people of different cultures. I've learned so much from these groups and connected with people in different positions in life. One of my best memories, I'll never forget this. For Christmas, we decided to meet up together so we could have Christmas together. You do not need to have Christmas at home with your child and feel depressed because it's just you and your child and you got divorced and the dad is not there. You don't have, it's always a choice. That's what I'm trying to, you know, emphasize. But you have to get out there. You have to learn that it's okay to connect in ways that will allow me opportunities to grow. Give yourself a chance. One of my best memories, like I said, in that program, I love that program. I really did. And the only reason I ended up, it's funny, but the only reason why I stopped going is I eventually had another relationship. And he was like, well, why do you need to go to single? You know, it was kind of awkward, whatever. And sometimes you just lose touch. But It was one Christmas that we all decided we're going to bring, it's like a potluck. You bring this, you bring that, or whatever. And I did not know that one of the dads was going to dress like Santa Claus. And I remember my son probably was, maybe he was 3. And he had the experience of Santa Claus coming home with a bag and had a lot of presents. And, you know, even though some of these things they don't remember, some of them they, like, I am surprised certain things that he remembers. Because I offered the world to him. Every opportunity I had to go into the community. This child first time been at the museum when he was 6 months old. This is what I'm trying to say. If you want to develop yourselves, get out of limiting circles. Get out of circles where people are enforcing their habits, their routines, their lifestyles on you. If you want to change, you have to be proactive in changing. And so this is one of the reasons I never feel lonely. There's too many things to do. Too many places. I don't understand how people, sometimes I actually want to be alone. Because I'm around people all the time. So I'm like, okay, I just want to be in my room. Do you know? That's a pleasure too. So, some of y'all out there may be single parents. It doesn't have to be depressing unless you want it to be depressing. Okay? Just pick up the pieces and make better choices. I joined another group called MOPS, right? Mothers of Preschoolers. And what we would do, we would have something like a breakfast every Friday. But we leave our kids in the nursery. Someone is babysitting. So we have some time to ourselves. And I got to connect with women from all different walks of life. And sometimes you're not having... Let me take this in another direction because I don't want to. Anyways, something I think you can benefit from. Those of you that lost a parent, right? And even if you didn't lose a parent, those of you that may have, how should I say this? You have different viewpoints. It's your parent, they raised you, but you're very different from that parent. That's me. No one in my family's like me. No one. And I'm okay with that. I like being me. It's fun. See, I could even make myself laugh. And people learn to tolerate it because when I decided to take these steps to do what I enjoy and express myself and have my own beliefs and stand up for what I believe in, I respect what you believe. Now, I'm not disrespecting it. But I also believe in this. So whether you agree or disagree, you can disagree. I'm okay with that. How old are you again? You have to realize that there's a certain age that it's time to make your own decisions. Yes, it's my life. And if you find yourself in situations where you're dealing with a lot of pressure, a lot of friction or whatever, sometimes you gotta move. Move from one location to another. Because some people, you can only love them at a distance. I have some people I love, right? But we cannot. It's like I'm oil in their water. It's like we cannot mix. It's not that I don't care about that person. Please understand me. But we just have different viewpoints. And the reason why sometimes there is tension with me and others is I don't care what you believe in. I don't care. You know why? Because I believe you have the freedom to choose what you want. I'm okay with that. But there are some people, it's like, no, you have to believe this. And if you don't believe this, then this is going to happen to you. And this is like a whole bunch of condemnation and, manipulation and so forth. Listen, I love God, and that's on period. If you don't like the way that I connect to God, that's okay. If you don't believe what I believe, that's okay too. And when I say I don't care what you believe, it's not even being disrespectful. It's what I'm saying. That you're free. Just as long as you respect my decisions. And you don't even have to, let me tell you something. You don't even have to respect my decision. You just have to respect that boundary. That you don't touch this. And you don't redirect. And you don't be slick. Like start a conversation about someone else and you really talking to me. Or act like you praying and you really talking to me. Like, come on. Like, I'm like, I'm going to tell you that I know what's going on. And this is why I avoid certain conversations. It's not because I don't understand that the person may want to express something, but I do not allow any conversations that can position me in a manner to get disrespected, because I don't deserve disrespect. I declare that and I enforce that. If I recognize that there are certain individuals that get loud and vulgar and, threaten, or no, that's not my energy. We're pretty cool over here. When you are a free spirit like me, you have to be in, if you want to have a relationship that is thriving and successful, you have to be in a relationship where the other individual is okay with all of you. Okay with all of your beliefs, even, what you believe in God, and it's okay. All the foundations, it's okay. You cannot be with someone that is trying to change you and feel as if that you are supported or you are validated in that relationship. If I'm in an intimate relationship, especially with my significant other, and I am not feeling validated, then I don't need that relationship. Because I don't need validation from others. But you my man though. I don't need others to, protect me or stand up for me. But you can't slip up though. You need to be able to protect what's yours. You see, people have different needs and different desires and so forth. And this is why certain people cannot succeed, because they're not compatible. They're too influenced on others. I cannot be in a relationship with a family. I have to be in a relationship with an individual that introduces me to his family, but it's only me and him in the relationship. Your friends are my friends. No, you don't talk to X. In fact, you don't entertain women on the phone, friends, and none of that. These are the things you iron out before you settle down with somebody. That's what I learned. And it took a journey, but I finally got here where I know I'm respected, because I don't have to hear all the things that you think are wrong about me every single. You can't do this. You never can do this. You always doing this. Like, you reach an age where you don't need to be hearing things like you're a kid, like, like the person is approaching you like you're a kid. There are different approaches. Like, for example, some people, they can tell you anything, and you feel as if it's because they care about you. Anything to constructively guide you, right? Even though you're a free thinker. But, okay, this is my input in it. You know what? I think that's a good idea, what you're thinking about and stuff like that. What do you think about doing this too? Not pushing it on me, but what do you think about doing this too? Or if I want to commit to something, are you sure you're going to have time to commit to that too? It's how you talk to somebody. And the person doesn't feel pressure, like you're trying to tell them what to do, who to talk to, where to work, what job to take. What? No. It has to be a certain kind of somebody that is okay with a certain kind of somebody. So we just need to understand that God knows us. And He gives us divine grace. With this divine grace, our cup is replenished. And the following card is independence, clear boundaries, direct communication, judgment. Following that is shadow, romance. Some relationships are karmic, right? So I don't believe you need to hate on anybody. I've never understood that. Like, if you loved somebody or you connected with someone, you share memories with someone, you was okay with that person, then you do not have to continue to put them down or curse them. Oh, you will never meet somebody. Or it's, again, free spirit. I wish you well. And I don't need to be updated in everything that's going on in your life. In anything, actually. Because the only reason I would need to know is if I am in that relationship. Like I said, people are different. When you have certain responsibilities that a lot of people don't even understand the kind of dedication and devotion it takes, I really don't have the time to know details about other people's lives. Respectfully. I just don't have the time. All my energy is in exchange. If I exchange my energy with you, then, you know, I'm doing something for you, what you doing for me. Next card is Sun. Terrible with finances. Some people are terrible with finances. Following that is gossip. People are gossiping about a book. They're concerned about this book. But actually, it's a cause for celebration. Believe and trust. I like what this card says. Before going to sleep tonight, say, Archangel Michael, please enter my dreams and replace fear with faith and trust. Let me be filled with strength, courage, and confidence. And just so I can conclude what I was sharing earlier, because I didn't finish that statement about what is offered in MOPS. Someone may find it useful. Those of you that don't have the best relationship with your mom, or your mom passed away, they have like mentor moms. And the reason why they're part of the program is because they're elders. And usually the young mothers need advice. And because the elders, they've been there, they've done that, their children already left the nest, and, you know, they have a lot of insight to give us. I remember I was going through a very hard time in my life, and I had one of those mentor moms. I'm sorry, may her soul rest in peace. She was very good to me in a time where it was dark. You know, confirmation. Like, some people are good people. I remember she would take me out to Dunkin' Donuts every Friday and buy me coffee. Just coffee. But we had our coffee. And she's like, I'm here for you. Sometimes you just need somebody to be there for you. And then you can utilize this support to get where you need to go emotionally or in development wise, right? She helped me to realize that it's okay. You're okay. You don't have to conform to this. You don't have to believe in this. You don't have to act like this. Because certain people, they give you a lot of overbearing pressure. Like, you need to do this. You need to do that. You never do. Like, sometimes you don't got, it's enough. I heard that already. But this is me though. And some of us are so blessed that we eventually arrive at a place where we can understand each other. Oh, okay. We're never gonna meet there. So these are the boundaries. These are the only conversations we have. We're not talking about religion. Okay? We're not talking about relationships. Okay? You know, some people, you gotta iron it out for them. Like, okay, these are the territories that are closed. And this is why I'm happy. Because I don't give anybody the opportunity to talk about things that don't interest me. It doesn't interest me if you approve or disapprove. Or you feel like this would go this way or whatever. I already have someone in my life that can assist me in that manner. And what I want you to understand is the reason why God places you together is because they know how to talk to you without insulting you, without making you be in doubt or feel a lack of confidence, or like they know how to talk to you in a way that affirms you, that lifts you, and that confirms that I support you. I'm here with you. I'm going to do this with you. That's why some people win. Because they are connected to those that are supporting them. Please take this piece of advice. Do not mock people. Don't mock your spouse, your children, your parents, your friends, your acquaintances. You're breaking them down. You're making them feel less than. You're inviting low self-esteem into their lives. There are those of you that say, I don't have friends, I don't this, I don't do that, I don't, nobody likes me. It's the energy that you're in. Learn to affirm people when you believe in what they're doing. Stop criticizing people. Allow people to be themselves. Allow people to love themselves. Some people don't even want you to love yourself. Why would you like that? It looks that way. Every opportunity, I gotta put you down. No, no, no. That's not for me. See, I've declared that I am a gift. I am a present in my present day. And so whoever I am with is in that energy of treating me as the gift that I am. You know why? Because give me time. I always take opportunities to make others feel special, to make others feel heard, to make others feel encouraged. And God told me that in this new beginning, the only people that are allowed in my life are sincere people and people that are now going to return the efforts that I made. People that are going to nurture me, because I've been nurturing all my life. I laugh about this, but I was 7 years old when I started counseling. When I was tired of seeing arguing back and forth. Yo, I was 7 years old and I'm said, why don't you divorce? 7. Because I was tired of seeing it. That causes you to feel like you don't feel safe. That affects you for the rest of your life. It's called PTSD. And this is why it can go in two extremes. People that have experienced a lot of exposure to back and forth as adults, you can either find yourself in that situation, same thing, you continue the cycle, or else you have no tolerance for it. 0. That's me. That's why I'm quick to block you. I am quick to block you, whoever you are. It's not because out of disrespect. It's just I don't have. It's like it drains me. And then it hinders me from doing what God has called me to do. My efforts of doing my light work. In order for you to fulfill certain tasks, you have to be in a certain mindset. So if you're not experiencing serenity and peace and love, joy, encouragement, support, it's like that is why God designed it that way. In order for me to succeed at my task, I need support. So He provides the support. Whether you want to hear it or not, or you want to reject it or not, that is what I was told. That I am going to bless you with such and such and such and such and such and such, because in order for you to complete your mission, helping to uplift others, giving them hope, teaching them better approaches to life, you need someone to nurture you. I want y'all to understand how God is strategic, right? I could not be doing what I'm doing if right after I got off of this podcast and then had to deal with somebody saying, you always doing that. Why you can't do this? Why you do it anyway? What you get out of it? Like, I can't be with that kind of negative energy. No. God demands some type of structure because he's not in the business of mediocre. It has to work. So in order for it to work, I'm going to give you what I need to give you. In order for you to focus on your ministry, you will never have issues about prosperity. So you can focus on what I called you to do. I spend my days praying, not just for myself, praying for the world. It was just one day I woke up and I recalled a friend of mine mentioning she does prayer walks. She goes to neighborhoods that she feels led to. She parks her car. She walks. She prays for every household. I want to teach you how there are people with different responsibilities and different priorities. There are people praying for you that you don't even know. You'd be surprised who I pray for. You would be surprised. This is why God doesn't play about me. These are ways you can improve yourself. Instead of knocking someone down, or you can't do this, or why don't you shut your mouth and pray about it? Internally. If you really cared. My friend used to laugh about me because she's like, my frame of mind in her, how should I put this? In her judgment, right? She said that I think like a man in some ways. Because I do not like people to nag. Yo, I'm done. Like, I gotta go. In the past, before I matured and stuff, okay, I'm getting in my car and I'm getting out of here. Because it's, like I said, it's draining. And I gotta save myself. And it's It's not to disrespect. I promise you it's not. But I always tell people so they can understand me and understand I'm not disrespecting you. I'm like, even my son is trained. When you want to talk about something, right? I might be preparing for the podcast. I might be meditating. I might be, chilling, watching a movie, whatever. When you want to talk to me about something, you come to me. Are you busy now? There's nothing wrong to say with, are you busy now? And then I respond and I say, what is it that you want? Oh, the reason I asked you if you're busy now, because I need you to do this for me. And if I can do it, I say, okay. If I can't, I say in an hour. I say in 2 hours. You can do that even as life partners. Just because that's your man, just because that's your woman, doesn't mean they don't need downtime. Sometimes people just want to lounge. And that's okay. I was told your body needs the rest. That's okay. But some relationships that you're in, oh, you're lazy. What you don't understand is people are built different. Before I was doing these podcasts, I was doing support groups. You're giving a lot of yourself, a lot of your energy to others. If anybody finds themselves in a situation where they find their friend is suicidal or whatever, they need some type of help, they call me. I don't even know the people. Could you please call this number? He said he's going to kill himself, and I keep calling this hotline. The phone's just ringing, and that's like when he's referring to that. Yes, I know about the suicide hotline, but there are hotlines in your community as well, because there are hospitals that you basically get admitted to. And I called this man and I'm like, he's like, so-and-so told you to call me because he told you that I want, to kill myself. And he said, yeah, he's telling the truth. I do, and I was on the phone. I'm not getting paid, mind you. But I was like calling the hospital while I was on the phone. I'm talking to him on the cell phone, and I'm calling the hospital on my house phone at the same time. And I'm giving him all the reasons to live. That tomorrow he could wake up and feel different. Like, I'm not lying to him and saying it's going to be perfect. I said, how about tomorrow you wake up and you don't even feel like this anymore? How about you just get some rest and see how you feel? One of the best jobs I ever had was, and oh God, some memories I want to forget. But one of the best jobs I had was being on one of those hotlines where people would call because they're depressed. And we offer them 15 minutes. You can call every day for 15 minutes and just to talk about whatever you need to talk about, just for support. That's how certain communities thrive, because we provide the help, the human services that are necessary to help people to rehabilitate themselves. So I was doing that, and they called it volunteering because it wasn't much pay. But I really wasn't doing it for the pay. I really just enjoyed hearing, because you get to Even if you don't see the person, they call every day. You get to learn their voices, you know, their stories. I like to hear the improvements. You know, I knew a guy in one of those calls, he was homeless. And then I told him what to do. And I said, well, maybe if you can't get any assistance there, because he was like, maybe I should go to another state. He did. He finally found shelter. Those are the stories that I have with me forever. And another one I recall, I met a social worker who broke down because her husband was beating her up every day. A social worker, someone that's helping others. And I used to talk to her, encourage her that you can go to this shelter. You know, they can help you over there. You will get back on your feet, because some people, when they've reached a certain level of life, they feel very low. Like they ask, how did I get myself here? You know, the man kicked her out of the house and everything. A lot of her stuff are in the house. She can't have access to them. She doesn't have access to the bank account. You know, some people really experience crisis. You know, one of the best memories I have, the community I live in saw my dedication. If any time there is a need for someone to step in because someone can't be there or whatever, mind you, I have my own responsibilities. I volunteer. I could do that. It was not even a job it was like, this is why I could do this. Because it's like, it's not a job. It's something I enjoy to do. Really. So it's not, oh my God, I gotta go sit there. I don't feel that way. And I was honored in the ceremony. They had my name in the newspaper. And I remember that evening, she brought me a card. I still have that card. I will never forget you. Thank you for helping me to get back on my feet. I'm not like everybody else. I know some people money hungry, but I'm not like everybody. I don't care about money to the extent that I am going to ignore the high that I get out of helping others. And I don't do it because they're going to say thank you. A lot of them don't say thank you. But a lot of them honor you. I helped this man get off of crack. Everywhere he saw me, respect this lady. This is what he did for me. She did for me. So as much as some people can try to put others down and stuff, all this to say, always do things to help others and always have a very expansive support system. Whether you add support groups in it, whether you have mothers in your church that call you, that pray with you. I was always blessed that way. 2 separate elderly women that was attending a church that I was going to. They saw my son was just like 2 years old or whatever, and they wanted to mentor me. They asked me, can I call you? Can I encourage you? Can I call you once a week so I could pray for you? Do you know I do that for people? That's why God bless me. What people do for me, I do for others. I don't go through my stuff and then put others down when they going through it. Like I never been through it. Let's get real with ourselves. Let's start loving ourselves enough to be comfortable in the realities of who we are so we can be open to offer love. I think I'm going to end it here because the only word we have to remember after all that I shared with you tonight is love. Love is God. God is love. Live by grace.